My pleasure. Let's dance. Blood for Noxus! Without mercy. Is that fear I smell? Let the bloodshed begin.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are playing Katarina today. It is an AP assassin known for her reset mechanics on the passive. Her landing phase is pretty weak, so the first level you're just staying back and you try to last it with the auto attacks. If you get zoned off, then you can also use your Q. Your Q can hit up to 3 targets, so you can try to get the 3 frontline minions, but sometimes you are going to miss it if you get zoned out. You are going to lose CS in the early game. That's going to happen every single game, guys, because you are a melee champion and most of the time you'll be facing a very aggressive lane bully or even a ranged matchup. Just last it with your Q. When you get level 2, that's when you can start doing stuff in these mage matchups, but against AD assassins and such, then you still want to be careful. Just looking to get that level 2 before we can do anything at all, so just stay back and let them push in the lane. That's going to be the easiest for you. Now you got your blink up, and of course, when you pick up those daggers on the grounds, then it is going to reset some of the cooldown on the E. And you can get a very easy electrocute proc off, and what's also important to know is that your E resets your basic attack timer. So you use it as an auto attack reset. You can quickly auto attack and then you can use C and then auto attack again. And this was a really good roam by the Blitzcrank. This is how you play support. If you want to carry with a support role, then you have to roam a lot. That is a champion that snowballs really hard, especially in those team fights because of a passive. Whenever you get a takedown, then all of your abilities will be reset by 15 seconds, allowing you to get all the basic abilities ready once more, so you can constantly blink around in team fights and just get those resets over and over. So if you get a kill in the early game and you start with a Dark Seal, then you're going to snowball much harder because you also get the free AP, and this is why you use the teleport on the Katarina. You do not need flash on this champ, guys. She's already mobile with that E. You can dash to ally champs or enemy champs with it. Even monsters, so you always have some kind of safety with that E up, so you don't need flash. If you have teleport instead, then you can pull off these plays like I did here. And it is a champ we're going to roam a lot, so it means that you will not be having very high CS numbers, and that is completely normal. No Katarina players have high CS numbers. It doesn't matter if it's a high elo Katarina or low elo one. It's just a champ that wants to roam, snowball, get those items he needs, and then just runs people down. And you can see, as soon as you give this champ a kill, then it does snowball completely out of control, and that's how it is with these AP assassins. That's also why you are using Ignite with the teleport. If you go flash and teleport, then you don't really have that much kill pressure. So the first item we will be going for is the Nash's Tooth, and just because we have so much on hit in our kit that we can really abuse that passive, and it also gives a lot of attack speed, and that also works with the ultimate. You get a super massive power spike as soon as you finish this item, and then you can also go for the rocket belt. If you do manage to get some stacks on that Dark Seal, then you can go for the Meta Soul Stealer as soon as you finish the first core item. You never want to get it before that though, because that's way too early to get it, and you get punished way too hard if you lose the stacks as well. We got the ultimate up. Now if you want to push the waves fast, guys, then make sure that the daggers on the ground can hit all of the minions, like the entire minion wave, and then you just Q a W and then pick up both daggers, and that should be enough to clear out the wave. It is going to be a lot better once you get some more levels and some more items as well. That's when you can really start insta-clearing the wave and then just roam. You just want to roam the entire game. That's what you do on Katarina. So we could have E to the dagger on the ground right here, then we would have taken down the Darius much faster. But when you go in for an engage, then you want to E in, press the W, so the dagger on the ground comes, and then you press Q afterwards. To get the reset from the first dagger, and then you can blink to the next one that will be right next to the enemy champion. That's the basic combo, that's what you always want to do. Do watch out, if you're low HP, then you want to avoid staying in the lane for too long. You don't want to give away those shutdowns, so just back off even if the minion wave is in a bad spot. You can't do anything about it. No point trying to risk giving away that gold bounty just to fix the wave. Just recall guys, get your items and then back to the lane. So because this is a champ where you'll be roaming a lot, Tier 2 boots are really good to have because it allows you to get to other parts of the map faster, and it also makes it easier for you to dodge skill shots. We are playing against the Syndra. It's a heavy skill shot champ, so of course Tier 2 boots will be extremely good. So this is something you should do every single game if you can on the Katarina. Just get the Tier 2 boots ASAP, it allows you to roam faster and it also makes it easier to dodge those incoming skill shots. And it's not like you're losing out on a lot of damage when you rush the Tier 2 boots because you already have a couple stacks on the Dark Seal. You also get free magic pen from the boots, and at this stage of the game then people don't really have MR. Especially not mages, because they can't really afford to buy it at this point, they definitely need a core item first. So you will be dealing a lot of bonus damage with that magic pen alone. And that of course is going to be even more damage if you also have sudden impact in the red page with the electrocute, then that is going to be insane amount for early game damage. A lot of champions will not be able to match that. Just poke the enemy champ with Qs at this point, you can see that it is starting to deal a decent amount of damage. But most of the damage is still in those daggers that you drop on the ground, so those are the ones that you want to be focusing on hitting. That's like your main wave clear and also main damage on the champs. Feels incredibly nice to get those resets. When you get those takedowns, you have to be very good at spamming your abilities and know exactly when you get the reset. So you can jump to the next target and then just keep repeating. When you are ahead though, you don't really want to go for those risky plays because you have a massive bounty on you. And not just a bounty, you also have a fully stacked Dark Seal, so you don't want to run it down at this point. Because then you are really getting punished, because you're losing damage and you're also giving a lot of gold to the enemy team. So if your teammates are getting caught, then you just have to let them die. That's just how it is. You can't really help them out. We also ended up dying for no reason here, so we lost half our Dark Seal stacks. But we do have the Gnasher's Tooth right now, that's a big first item power spike. Wave clear is a lot better right now, and same goes for your damage. So when your teleport is up, then of course you want to look for places around the map. But do make sure that the wards are properly placed. You want to teleport behind the enemy team, because then they will end up running into you when they try to escape. That ward Caitlyn placed in the brush, that's of course not very useful, because the opponent will see it coming and they will be able to escape in time. Remember that you don't have flash, so You won't really be able to chase people unless there are minions right in front of you. Easy wave clear and combo. EQ, pick up the double daggers and the minion wave is gone, and then you can just look to roam. You can also just clear out vision if you can't really find any kills. Lots of things you can do on the map. Make sure that you abuse her roaming power though. That's what Katarina is known for. The bot lane went down. We still had teleport up, so we can still look for more plays. It's only the first teleport you want to use in the mid lane. The other ones you want to use to help out your teammates, especially that bot lane roam. You want to roam bot lane most of the time because they typically consist of squishy targets, so it's a lot easier for you to take down. Compared to a top lane, who's most of the time a bruiser or a tank, they're gonna be super tanky, very hard for you to take down. They will be able to soak up a lot of damage and it's just going to end up wasting your time if you cannot find the kill. Bot lane on the other hand always has at least one squishy target because of the AD carry. Or maybe a mage in the bot lane, doesn't really matter though, they'll still be squishy and that's why you can really find most of the kills. Also because of the reset mechanic, then if you get one kill in the bot lane, then you can typically secure the next one as well, just because you can spam your abilities, because they get reset, so much higher chances of you finding kills in the bot lane. Especially if you have a support with some kind of CC that can set you up, like the Blitzcrank, then it's really good to roam bot. Also, another thing about your ultimate, guys, is that, for example, Kiana has that invisibility if she has the green element, right? Your ultimate does not care about the target being invisible. As long as they are within range, then it is still going to target them. So Katarina is very good against these types of champs with invisibility. Like the Katarina, like the Kiana. Because it really does not matter if they go invisible. You can still target them with your ultimate, take them down, get those resets, and get a really nice quadruple. You get kills like these, then you are going to snowball out of control as soon as you learn how to play this champ. It is why a lot of players don't like to play against Katarina, just because of how well she snowballs. As soon as you give her a single kill in the teamfights, then people become scared out of nowhere, just because you get those resets. You can keep going as long as you get those takedowns. You don't need to get the kills, assists are also fine, you'll still get the resets and you can still blink around executing people, snowball yourself, get those items and then end the game. We almost have a fully stacked Magi's, and next item is of course going to be the Rocket Belt. That is the best mythic item you can buy on Katarina. No matter who you're playing against, and that is because you get the most amount of damage from this item and you also get mobility. They have nerfed the Rocket Belt, but ever since they gave it that extra free magic pen, then it has just been the absolute best option for Katarina. It gives you the highest possible damage, and the active can also be used as a gap closer. So it's not like you have to use the active for the damage, because you don't really have flash, right? So having that active from the Rocket Belt can help you out a lot of times. And then it also has the most damage, so you always want to be buying this as the mythic item on the Katarina. Do not go for the Night Harvester, that is completely awful right now. Because Rocket Belt is just superior in every single way right now, so there's really no reason to get anything else if you're wanting the most amount of damage. And because of the Nash's Tooth, then you also get to split push a lot faster. You get higher DPS on your auto attacks, and then you can also take down towers much faster, which you would otherwise not be able to do if you did not have this item. Also, before you decide to throw out that ultimate, guys, then also try to keep in mind what kind of CC abilities the opponents have, because often, if you're against good players, then they will save their CC to cancel out your ults. So try wait using your ultimate until you know you can catch them off guard, or until they have used their most important abilities. So most of the time you don't really want to be the one engaging. You want to play like an AP assassin, so you want your teammates to engage for you first. You want them to soak up the damage and the CC. Once they've done that, that's when you can go in. You do see how hard this champ snowballs. You get a couple kills and then you should be able to carry the game. There are some team compositions you never want to pick Katarina into though. It is an AP assassin, it means that she's best against squishy champs. So when you play against bruisers and tanks with a lot of CC, then you will not be able to do a lot in those team fights. So it's very bad to pick Katarina into those tankier team compositions, but it can work well into other comps. Preferably the squishy champs, that's why she does the best. And her favorite matchups: the mages, heavy skillshot reliant mages like the Syndra, Sarath, Lux and so on. Those are the type of champs you want to play against. He also does really well against the Yone just because of how mobile she is and how much burst damage she has. Okay, against the Yasuo you are going to struggle quite a bit. You can find kills in this lane, but he has the wind wall, and that is going to block out the damage from your Q and your ultimate as well. And if you can't land that Q, then you also don't get the dagger on the ground, which is most of your damage, and then you can't really do much in this matchup. It's a skill matchup, but he's going to outscale and you don't want to play against the Yasuo. But you can do well into AD assassins, that's also a skill matchup. But Katarina does need to get through the early game, the first few levels. You just need those items and then you can really start taking over the game. So play at least for that one complete item power spike with the tier 2 boots. That's when you really start doing stuff. It's not a champ you want to be split pushing with, so you can go to side lane, but just want to go to pick up the waves and then you rotate back to your team, because it's solo queue. It means that your teammates will get caught most of the time, so if you don't have teleport up, then you do not want to be split pushing. You just want to stay with your team and then try to find picks for them. Of course, even the bruisers are not able to do stuff at this point in the game. And because you do have that grievous wounds on that ultimate, it means that you do not need to buy items like the Morellonomicon. You're gonna proc that grievous wounds onto every single target that gets marked by your ultimate daggers. So you do not need to waste gold on anti-healing. So because you have teleport, then it's alright to split push, so that's another advantage of having this summon spell. Also allows you to have way more impact in your solo queue games, because you can help out your bot lane. You see them getting caught or losing a 2 versus 2, then you can suddenly turn it around just by teleporting. But this is pretty much what you can do on this champ when you master her, when you learn to play her properly. It's very snowbally. Of course it is an AP assassin. Very good in every single meta. He has also been very good every single season so far, so it's definitely a champ you can pick up if you want to. But this was the Katarina video. I hope this was helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching and see you all in the next video.